What's up, YouTubers, one and all? Mine is Fit1987, and today we'll be taking a look at the Transformers Studio Series Deluxe Class number 58 Roadbuster. Complete with the upgrade kit, because here's the thing, I put the upgrade kit on beforehand for these guys, so yeah, it's a bit mixed mash than the usual time. Like, we usually would review the original figure first and then the upgrade kit. But here's the thing. My figure came with no weapons. The worst part is he came with only one weapon in the original. So the fact that my version came with none, I had to get the upgrade kit. I just had to upgrade him. So, yeah. He doesn't have the front gun. And these two are just going to fall off, but you know what? Fine. The hell of it. And then we're just going to compare next to the other two. We're going to have the same exact comparison 3 times. So there we go. There's that. Just kind of put the weapons aside. Another side comparison would be next to Dread. Next to Blitzwing, Shatter, and Dropkick. That's why not. I have no leader classes in vehicle mode. That is the sad part. Although, we could do Shockwave. Give me a moment. I'll have to get something real quick for him. Like so. Yes, it's the byway one, but it still counts. So, without further ado, let's get down transformation, shall we? I already took the guns off earlier. The only thing I have left to take off is the sword inside here. So, let's just get straight to transformation. This guy is fiddly as heck. This guy is my least favorite, honestly. Topspin and Leadfoot are my 2 favorites. This guy's my least favorite. So you're going to spread that out. We're going to... And honestly, the tabs broke a little bit. I've noticed, apparently, that this is actually supposed to tab in, but it doesn't because the tabs are actually broken. So that's why it's a little bit more like a pancake than anything. So, obviously, you're going to fold this out and... Oh my god, imagine if that broke. Fuck. Alright, we're also gonna pull these out. Yes, parts forming for the fillers. Who cares? And we're going to bring this down and around, down and around, like so, that we can lift this up. And that gives you enough room to actually, 1, split this apart, and 2, actually put the foot down. So, there you go. There's the legs all done. And, yeah, he has no waist swivel, even though he could use one. So, obviously, now here comes the hard part, and that is actually all this. So, you gotta untab this entire piece right here. Tab it, all of it apart. And I suggest what we do is that we bring the arms out first. So bring them all the way out on this double hinge. And bring the hand out. And then this kind of just rests like that. And then this comes up and just kind of rests up there. So this figure is a bit fiddly. I'm not going to lie. This figure is fiddly, and it's sometimes not fun to transform. But hey, that's the price of the records being a shellformer. At least 2 of them. No, at least no. This one is a shellformer. The other 2 technically are not shellformers. So, what we got left is this. So we gotta angle this up, and at the same time, we're going to push the doors inwards. And then we're going to bring this down, and then this kind of just taps into place. Except it doesn't. Which is another failure of this figure. And then the The shoulder gun is supposed to go on these little posts right here, one of these two, but it just doesn't because I don't have the shoulder gun. Then, what you do for the arms, obviously, since we're using the upgrade kit, we gotta fill the hands in. And, yeah, I mean, it's... what you gonna do? I have a feeling that I'm either putting this in the wrong side, or this is actually... yeah, I was putting it in wrong. What the heck? So, obviously, like that, so these big ugly gaps are filled. And then obviously put the guns on, but I'm not gonna put the guns on because, quite frankly, those guns always fall off. I mean, you can hold them in the hands for sure. And then, of course, this just tabs onto the side, like an actual chainsaw arm would. And there you go. And this keeps tabbing off. This is the hardest part about, this is the stupidest part about the figure. This is why it's the least favorite, because of the freaking backpack. I would give this an A rating as much as I want to, but the backpack just kills it for me. At least the head sculpt and everything just looks beautiful, especially since this is a rare-ass figure. So, obviously, these are the guns. You can hold them in either hand, or you put them on the thighs. To be honest, I'm putting them on the hands. Just kind of weaponize them a little bit. The worst part is you gotta put them in the right hand. Put them in the actual slot right there, and yeah, I mean, it kind of works. Kind of does. It just... yeah, he's basically the least weaponized when you consider the fact that he doesn't have a lot of accessories. I mean, sure, he has these missile pods, he has these missiles, he has his chainsaw and whatnot, but in the end, why would they call him the leader if he's the least weaponized? Leadfoot is the most weaponized, and he's the fat one. So I guess that's a trope with Age of Extinction, with the Bayverse, and in truth, anything. Any fat transformer is always going to have the most weaponry. That's Bulkhead for both continuities, that's Hound, that's Leadfoot. I mean, what else do you want me to say? Well, I mean, we could go for articulation, I'll think about it. Our ball joint at the head, that this backpack keeps tabbing off, what the hell. So ball joint at the head, it can pop clean off, which is not what I wanted. Alright, so it can't go far. It can't go far, but it can at least go that. Arms can go 360 surprisingly, despite the backpack in a way. They can go this far until they hit the actual shoulder. We're just gonna leave the guns off. Alright, these fall off all the damn time. Actually, they can pop on right here. They can stay right here, it's fine. These also has articulation of their own. Oh my god. You know what? You know what? No, get the guns out. They're done for the review. Yeah, you can obviously tell Roadbuster is not my favorite of the set. He really isn't. He's got a bicep swivel. He's got over 90-degree bend at the elbow, so at least that's something better. He's got nothing for the wrist, nothing for the waist. Legs that kick forward that far, kick back, basically nothing. Can at least do the full splits. Has a thigh swivel. Has an over 90-degree. No, it's like, yeah, just a little bit over 90-degree bend at the knee, and then a foot pivot. So, I mean, this is the Deluxe class, and on top of that, this was one of the rarest figures, so obviously it wasn't gonna get much. Considering the fact this is NASCAR, so records are NASCAR, and NASCAR can get pretty expensive online. How's that side comparison going? For Roadbuster's comparison, we're gonna bring in his team, the Wreckers. And there you go, all three of them. Even though I should be doing this gradual, I really don't give a crap at this point because I've delayed this review for so long. Let's bring in a very new review that I'm officially going to be teasing in this video. Yes, I got Gamer Edition Cliff Jumper, so he'd be coming soon. For Voyager class, let's just bring in our old contemporary Soundwave. For Leader class, let's do Galvatron, because who knows, I might have another review later on, including him. And then for Core class is RC, because it's the only Core class I have out at the moment. But yeah, I mean, there really isn't much to do. So, without further ado, let's just transform. So, first what we're going to do is we're going to take this off. And I already took those off. So, yeah, we'll do those later. So, we're going to focus on the feet first. We're just going to fold this and bring these down and around like so. So that the wheel's now facing like this. Bring these down and around like so. And then do nothing because that's literally it. Well, actually, we're going to peg this into... Where does it want to peg? Where does it want to peg? Ah. So, we're going to have to peg it like this. And just tab the feet together. And hopefully that stays for the rest of the transformation. So, once we got all that done, we're going to fold in the hands. Oh yeah, also, I forgot the gap fillers. Come on. Come on. There you go. There's one down. So, take out the gap fillers. And then what we're going to do with these, that we're going to plug these into the feet. Like this. Hold on. I'm going to take the other out first. It's a good thing I have long fingernails, but I really should cut these, I know. So, take that out. Make sure that's still plugged in. And then what we're going to do with these is that these are going to plug in like... I think it was this way. I can't see what I'm doing. Neither can you, so let's zoom in a little bit. So, there. That's a little bit... I think it's the other way around. No, don't go sideways, go upwards. There we go. Yeah, it's supposed to be like that. So, do that on both sides. And do not... Roadbuster, stop being an ass. Then again, that's exactly what you are in a film. An asshole. Just like your voice actor who plays Crosshairs, who's also an asshole. How the fucking... Alright, this is going off camera. Give me a moment. Okay, so we're good. Alright, so now let's focus on this part. So we're going to bring this all the way up and around like so. This is going to tab in back here. And this is going to tab in up here, like so. So these, actually you need to deflate these all the way out so that you have space for the next bit. You're going to angle these backwards on this hinge, And this is basically going to tap in right in there on that little slot back there. Repeat on the same side. There's a little tab, there's a little slot. Make sure you plug it in. And then you're basically going to need to unplug the entire backpack if it hasn't been done unplugging already for all this, for most of the robot mode stuff. This is also where you're going to need to bring out the doors and kind of just bring all this forward so you have enough space and clearance so that you can, 1, keep these out, and 2, bring the arms in like so. And yes, his head is gonna be poking out on the underneath of the car. So we're focusing on car mode accuracy, which is why all of these are pretty much just freaking shell formers. So push it all the way down, and then you're gonna need to tab it into the shoulder. Both sides. There we go. That's 1. There's 2. Thank God. Alright. So, pretty much after all that's done, you're just going to need to flatten out the doors and whatnot and basically have them collapse around everything else, and frick. There he is in his vehicle mode. Alright. That's it for transformation. That's it for the review. Again, I'm really glad I got these on a deal, even though they are a little bit wonky and whatnot. But hey, Dark Moon is one of my favorite Transformer films, and I will die on that hill. And the next review is going to be Topspin, who is, I'm sorry, but he's my favorite. Out of the 3, he is my absolute favorite of the trio. So, yeah. Thank you all for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking notifications so you can be updated on all updates and videos. And as always, till all are one.